Hello and welcome to my chakra balancing sound therapy. As we begin, I invite you to find yourself in a comfortable lying or seated position. Whatever you have available for you is perfect right now. If you're sitting in your car, that's okay too. If you have the ability to lie uninterrupted, even better. If you'd like to put an eye mask over your eyes so that you can truly settle in, beautiful. During this time, I will be guiding you through the chakras, giving some verbal guidance as to what they represent, work on actively dissolving any blockages so that you can end this feeling more aligned and free of any dislodged emotional or physical discomfort. As you settle in, take a moment to find your position. Really get yourself comfortable. Make any last adjustments. And start to focus in on the breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You may choose to put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly so that you can feel the expansion as you inhale, filling the belly with air, feeling the chest expand. And as you exhale, letting the body settle in just a little bit more. Taking a moment to tap into the mind. Are you thinking about the rest of your day, your week, what you're making for dinner? Kindly ask those thoughts to just leave. They can always return later. Oftentimes in meditation, we think that our minds are supposed to be completely cleared, and that is not how it works. It is about clearing out what isn't prominent in this moment and allowing thoughts to come in that need to be processed. Oftentimes during sound therapy, we can have things pop into our head from years ago that we forgot about. Or maybe you're walking through a really tough situation in your life and you start thinking about it, and some clarity pops in with it. Or maybe a solution comes. These are the things that we like to process during meditation, during stillness, the stuff that often gets pushed to the side because of our busy lives. So in this moment, all that's required of you is to breathe. Give yourself permission to just be. Give the body allowance to receive the frequencies and vibrations. Allowing it to flow into each cell, every muscle, every tissue and bone. bottom of the pelvis into the legs and the feet. The root chakra is represented by the color red. You may choose to visualize a red light filling the bottom, the legs, and the feet. Or maybe your healing light is swirling around them. However it shows up for you. The root chakra represents our stability, how grounded we feel. You can imagine the connection to earth, just as a tree, how the roots grow deep beneath the soil. Maybe standing tall to ground, really visualizing roots growing through your feet into the ground, just like a tree. Activating the root chakra and honoring your stability, feeling grounded. Moving your awareness up to the sacral chakra, located just below the belly button. The sacral is represented by the color orange, so you may choose to imagine an orange healing light filling the pelvis, the lower abdomen, and the lower back, swirling, pulsing, healing. The sacral chakra represents joy, creativity, sensuality. It is the home of our feminine energy, and it is no coincidence that it is located in the womb space. And it is also directly on top of the root chakra, which is the home of the masculine energy. So in an ideal world, our feminine and masculine are working together in constant support of each other to be in perfect balance. That is the ultimate goal of balancing our masculine and feminine. So if you feel like you're unable to tap into that feminine energy, which really means fluidity, like water, really being able to flow through life, adapt to life, adapt to your surroundings, whereas masculine is very structured, analytical. Tapping into the sacral allows us to be joyful, enjoy the little things of life, get into creativity, whether that be painting, dancing, other hobbies we might have had in the past and let go of because of obligations or busyness. This area also can hold a lot of trauma from childbirth. So if you have had any traumatic experiences during childbirth, whether it's big or small, it is all trauma in itself. C-sections, hard labors, complications. This is an area where concentration of healing energy here can really be beneficial for our emotional bodies, because trauma gets stuck in the body. And childbirth in itself is a traumatic experience for both mom and baby. And so when we can honor that experience, we give our bodies the ability to dissolve anything that's being held on to. Just below the ribs, right here in the center of the belly, represented by the color yellow. I like to envision a warm, glowing light, just like the sun, lighting up the body with warmth. Comfort, healing. This is the center of our authenticity, our self-worth, who we believe that we are, how we stand in our morals and values. When we're moving authentically to who we are and honoring ourselves, knowing our worth and being confident in who we are and what we have to offer, that is when the solar plexus thrives. Talking badly about yourself, even if it's in your own mind, or moving in ways that don't align with you, go here to the solar plexus and use your golden healing light. Filling the belly with that warmth and sovereignty. Moving upwards to the heart chakra, located here in the heart space, also surrounding the sternum, the shoulders, and the upper back, represented by the color green. So you may choose to visualize green healing light filling your chest and your back, pulsating, swirling. The heart chakra represents love, compassion, grace, empathy, forgiveness. This is a beautiful place to go to feel like home. An opened heart chakra should feel like coming home, where you can give freely, forgive yourself and others easily, release things that are stuck. Oftentimes we allow our emotional hurt, resentment, spite, shame to be held here. And what that does is it blocks us. It puts a wall up between us and others, sometimes even with ourselves, to be able to receive love or compassion in any form. And even when we're doing it subconsciously, it creates a blockage where the hurt is getting stuck inside, and then that energetic rejection that is taking place just kind of comes in behind it and creates an even larger blockage. That can be a very hard pattern to break yourself of. So if you feel like in this moment there's something that you need to let go of, something that needs to be released, when it's time to forgive yourself or someone else, I invite you to do that now. And once that is released, go ahead and fill that spot with a beautiful glowing green light. So bright that it cracks the chest wide open, so that you are then able to receive. This involves the throat, the neck, the back of the neck, the connection to the skull and the top of the spine. This is particularly important because this is where the vagus nerve is located. And the vagus nerve is what activates our nervous system. So when the vagus nerve is activated, it can help our nervous system to become into a parasympathetic state, which is rest and digest. And this allows the body to get out of that fight or flight mode. Now, a lot of times people think that they're not in fight or flight because they're not actively anxious or scared or fleeing. But we can very easily move in a fight or flight response subconsciously. Now the throat chakra is very connected to the heart chakra. When we feel unheard, or we're unable to express ourselves clearly, or we're unable to set boundaries for ourselves, we receive resentment and hurt, which automatically comes down into the heart chakra. So if you're feeling any residual energy in any of these areas, from the top of the spine downward into the chest, I invite you to put some extra healing into the throat chakra and the heart. This is our home of expression and communication. Actively advocating for ourselves, expressing our needs and desires, communicating clearly, and with kindness. Also remembering that truth is love, and truth can sometimes come with confrontation. Confrontation itself is not a bad thing. When we love somebody, we can be honest with them, and even if their feelings are hurt, we don't have to take it on as our own hurt. And that's okay, and that's not often accepted as okay. But speaking honestly for yourself is the healthiest thing you can do for your nervous system. Saying no when it doesn't align for you. Speaking up for what does. So I'd like for you to visualize a blue glowing light surrounding your vocal cords, swirling around like a tornado. Giving your body permission to express and communicate freely. Moving upwards to the third eye, located between the brows and the center of the forehead, represented by the color indigo. This is the home of intuition and inner guidance. You know that saying, I got a gut feeling? That's your inner knowledge, your inner intuition guiding you in one way or another. When we come to a fork in the road, making choices, and this one feels right, but we're not accustomed to following our instincts, we might choose the wrong one. And then sometimes there's consequences for those choices, which is okay. That's called a life lesson, right? But when we start to trust our instincts, be able to sit with ourselves and truly think about that choice, when we can point the light inward into ourselves, into our knowledge, and we start to truly trust that, we can live our entire lives based on intuition. And in my experience, it's always aligned. So take your indigo light inward, into yourself, into your soul, so that you can start to trust that gut feeling and follow yourself and your divine path. Chakra located the top of the skull, represented by either purple or white healing light. Is our connection to Source. Your divine energy and Source will look different from others. That might just mean the universe. It might mean God, your creator, your angels, your ancestors, whatever that looks like for you. I want you to visualize a white light shooting from the top of your head up into the sky. And this is now your bridge, your energetic connection to Source energy. Whatever that looks like for you, this is the bridge for you to walk, to stay fully connected to that guidance, that support. Oftentimes when life feels uncertain and we're just not sure how to put one foot in front of the other, this is a visualization to go to be able to get you out of here, and more in that connection, that bridge, closing the gap between you and your guides, whatever that looks like. So I want you to imagine yourself walking down this lit path, however that shows up for you in your mind. And imagine yourself touching hands with your higher power, the ethers, Yahweh, the stars, your ancestor, your loved ones who have passed, and make that connection with them now. Let us take back in our energy light through the crown, close up that chakra, and drop into the heart. This is a center spot between our top chakras and our bottom chakras. This is our home. Swallow the saliva that is gathered in your mouth. Release any tension that might have built up in the body, the jaw. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. One more time, breathing in deep. Come to a steady breath. And just rest. opportunity to guide you